What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. Dustin Poirier shared something that brought a lot of joy to fans and the MMA community. He revealed on X that he and his wife, Jolie Poirier, welcomed a baby boy yesterday. It was a heartfelt update that quickly spread across social media, with supporters sending congratulations from all over the world. Jolie later posted on Instagram and explained that their son arrived 2 weeks earlier than expected, surprising the family, but bringing nothing but happiness. She also shared the name they chose for their newborn, announcing that they decided to name him Kingston Cade Poirier. The post was filled with love and excitement, and fans were thrilled to see such a positive moment for the Poirier family. With everything Dustin has been through in his career, this news stood out as a truly uplifting moment and a beautiful way to close out the day. And before we continue, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to help support the channel. Moving on to another news, Jon Jones has responded to Daniel Cormier's recent comments, and he did it in a calm and surprisingly warm way on Instagram this morning. Instead of firing back with harsh words, Jones took a different approach and used the moment to send out a heartfelt message. He started by wishing everyone a happy Thanksgiving, especially those who aren't able to be with their friends or family today. He paused for a moment, then repeated the greeting with a soft, steady tone. Jones went on to say that if no one tells you they love you today, he wants you to know that he does. He even brought his dog Dutch into the message, asking him if he agreed. Dutch gave a little sound, and Jones responded with a light laugh, saying, "That's right." He wrapped everything up by telling everyone to have a blessed day, reminding them again that they are loved, and wishing all a happy Thanksgiving. Moving on to another news, Ilia Topuria has shared some personal and sad news with his fans. As Dana White mentioned, Ilia is currently dealing with personal matters that require his full attention. He took to X to explain the situation, saying that he will not be fighting in the first quarter of next year. Ilia revealed that he is going through a difficult moment in his personal life and wants to focus on his children while resolving the situation as quickly as possible. He emphasized that he does not want to hold up the division and assured fans that the UFC will make the necessary matchups in his absence. Ilia promised that as soon as his personal matters are resolved, he will notify the UFC and be ready to begin his return. The message was heartfelt and showed his dedication not only to his family, but also to the sport, highlighting his professionalism and commitment to ensuring the division continues to move forward. Fans have expressed their support, wishing him strength and patience during this challenging time. Moving on to another news, Max Holloway reacted to Ilia Topuria's recent comments about dealing with personal matters and taking time off from fighting. Holloway wrote, "Sorry to hear, champ. If it's what I'm hearing, I know the struggle firsthand trying to fight while protecting your kids. Hope all goes well." His message showed empathy and understanding, acknowledging the difficult balance between professional obligations and family responsibilities. Ilia Topuria responded warmly, expressing his gratitude by saying, "Thanks for the support, brother. All the best for you and your family." This brief exchange highlighted the mutual respect and camaraderie between the two fighters, while also giving fans a glimpse into the personal side of MMA athletes as they navigate challenges both inside and outside the cage. Moving on to another news, Islam Makhachev is once again at the center of a heated legacy debate after becoming a two-division UFC champion. Some fans believe his achievements now put him on equal footing with his longtime friend and mentor, Khabib. But according to Tyron Woodley, Islam still hasn't stepped out of Khabib's shadow. Ever since Makhachev arrived in the UFC, conversations about him have almost always included Khabib. Woodley said that even today, when he hears the name Islam, the first thing he thinks about is Khabib, calling him Khabib's prodigy and insisting that the connection is still too strong for Islam to stand completely on his own. While Islam doesn't have Khabib's undefeated record, he has achieved something his mentor never did, winning the lightweight and welterweight titles. Despite that, Woodley believes Khabib's legacy remains untouched. He argued that Islam didn't beat him for the welterweight belt, didn't face Georges St-Pierre, and is still not a globally recognized superstar. Woodley added that JM's first title defense was stylistically perfect for Islam, and that many casual fans still don't know who Makhachev truly is, even with his recent accomplishments. Woodley pointed out that although Islam has defended the lightweight title 4 times, compared to Khabib's 3, an undefeated 29-0 record is hard to compete with in any legacy debate. For him, Islam is incredibly skilled and accomplished, but he still sits in the long shadow cast by Khabib's dominance, popularity, and iconic career moments. All of this comes as Woodley prepares to face another legend, Anderson Silva. After after stepping in to replace Chris Weidman for a boxing match on the December 19th Netflix card in Miami. That same event will be headlined by Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua, marking one of Netflix's biggest combat sports productions to date. Silva reacted to the opponent change by saying he believes everything happens for a reason and that his focus remains on performing well, respecting his opponent, and respecting the sport of boxing. Woodley, on the other hand, embraced the moment with confidence. He said opportunities like these are the moments where legends are born, and that stepping up against a fighter like Silva is exactly the kind of challenge that motivates him. As debates surrounding Islam's legacy continue to grow, both Woodley and Silva are preparing for a high-profile clash that has the combat sports world buzzing. Moving on to another news. Conor and Khabib continue their heated back and forth online, and things have only gotten more personal. As Conor pushes forward with what he calls an incredible spiritual journey, it's clear the one thing he still hasn't fully moved past is the entire situation with Khabib. Yesterday, we covered their online clash, where Conor accused Khabib of scamming fans with digital papakas. According to Conor, those papakas brought in around $4.3 million, which he found unbelievable. Since that update went live, the two have kept firing shots at each other. Last time, we left off with Khabib telling Conor that he would never mention his name again after dominating him in the octagon. But following that, Conor jumped back onto X and unleashed another long message. He demanded that Khabib apologize immediately for using his late father's name to push what he claims are overpriced gifts. Conor said that something being sold cannot be called a gift and called Khabib a low-IQ troglodyte, mocking him with a string of insults and labeling the whole operation a scam built on his father's legacy. Khabib didn't let that slide. He responded by saying his account was made from treating 56 former addicts in rehabilitation centers across Dagestan. He invited Conor to come visit, saying they would take care of him, and added a jab about Mexico not helping him, clearly referencing Conor's recent time there. Conor clapped back again, asking who exactly he'd be meeting in Dagestan, since, according to him, it wouldn't be Khabib. He accused him of running from taxes, lying constantly, and scamming people. Conor even said he prayed for Khabib's family, and repeated that honesty is important because Allah knows everything. The exchange hit its final point late last night, when Conor sarcastically announced that he had bought a digital papka based on Khabib's father, Abdul Manap. He joked that he purchased it from a guy in India, who bought it from someone in Pakistan, and mocked Khabib by calling that his legacy. Conor ended by saying he was happy to own Dad's papaka legacy, which stirred up even more reactions online. Many fans pointed out the irony, reminding everyone that Conor once tried launching his own crypto project called Real, promising to reshape the crypto game. That token ended up collapsing after failing to reach its minimum target of $1 million, raising only about $30,000 instead. But one important note is that after the project failed, everyone who invested was refunded, so it didn't turn into an actual scam. Moving on to another news, Cristiano Ronaldo has made another major move outside of football, becoming a shareholder in an MMA organization. Earlier this morning, Ronaldo revealed that he now holds ownership in WOW FC, adding yet another high-profile venture to his portfolio. For anyone who might not know, back in August 2024, it was announced that he had become part owner of WOW FC, a fast-growing Spanish MMA promotion. Ronaldo has shown increasing interest in combat sports over the past few years, attending several UFC events and publicly supporting fighters, so this latest step didn't come as a complete surprise to many fans. Still, the news made a big splash. In his announcement on X, Ronaldo said he was excited to share some big news and officially become a shareholder of WOW FC. He explained that the promotion embodies values he believes in deeply: discipline, respect, resilience, and the constant pursuit of excellence. According to Ronaldo, WOW FC is building something unique and powerful, and joining the project gives him a chance to elevate the sport while also inspiring the next generation of athletes. His message carried that same passion and commitment he's known for throughout his career. This partnership also highlights the rapid growth of MMA on a global scale, drawing attention from major celebrities and athletes. Ronaldo's involvement not only boosts the promotion's visibility, but also adds credibility to WOW FC's long-term vision. Shortly after the announcement, Toya reacted publicly, welcoming Ronaldo to the family and expressing excitement for what lies ahead. The MMA community quickly joined in, discussing what this could mean for future events, talent development, and the overall expansion of the sport in Europe and beyond. With Ronaldo now stepping into the MMA world in a more official capacity, fans are eager to see how his influence will shape WOW FC's future. Whether it leads to bigger shows, international partnerships, or new opportunities for young fighters, one thing is clear. Ronaldo's arrival marks a significant moment for the promotion and reinforces the growing connection between global sports icons and the world of mixed martial arts. Moving on to another news, Mokaev has sparked a lot of discussion after fans noticed something interesting on the UFC website. Even though Mokaev was released by the promotion, he was never fully removed from the official roster. Instead, he had been showing up as inactive for quite some time. But yesterday, several fans pointed out that Mokaev is now appearing as active on the roster again, which immediately fueled speculation that he might be returning to the UFC sooner than expected. The MMA community reacted quickly, with many people assuming that this roster update was a sign of negotiations happening behind the scenes or that Mokaev had already re-signed. Mokaev himself reacted to a fan who highlighted the change by replying, "Early birthday presents or what?" which only added more curiosity and excitement. His comment came across as playful, but didn't confirm anything directly, leaving fans to interpret the situation in different ways. However, Tom Feelily from SureDog MMA stepped in to offer a more grounded explanation. He mentioned that this sudden shift on the website could simply be the result of a technical error, possibly from a recent system update on the UFC's end. These kinds of glitches have happened before, so it's not impossible that Mokaev's active status is nothing more than a temporary mistake. Still, with Mokaev chiming in and fans already buzzing, the situation has definitely stirred speculation about whether a real return might be closer than expected. Moving on to another news, Joshua Van has sent a clear warning to Alexandra Pantoja ahead of their upcoming matchup at UFC 323. With the fight only a few weeks away, Van is already speaking with confidence and pushing back on the narrative that this is some kind of old school versus new school showdown. He made it clear he doesn't appreciate people labeling it that way, and he refuses to let the storyline turn into a battle between generations. For Van, this fight is simply about proving himself against a champion many consider unbeatable. Van explained that he respects what Pantoja brings, acknowledging that fans see him as the guy nobody can beat, but he believes that on fight night, he'll show everyone something different. According to him, this will be the best version of Pantoja we've seen, and that only motivates him more. Van said he's thinking of getting a finish inside 3 rounds, but he's fully prepared to go all 5 if needed. He added that everybody can make game plans throughout camp, but once the cage door closes, everything changes. He's ready for whatever Pantoja brings, confident that he can match the pressure, the pace, and the intensity from start to finish. While Van is focused on making a statement, Pantoja has had his own thoughts leading into this fight. In a recent interview with Home Fight, Pantoja revealed that he plans to help Kyoji Horiguchi get back into the UFC and eventually fight for the flyweight belt. He explained that if he beats Joshua Van at UFC 323, he believes he can push the promotion to set up a title fight for his teammate Kyoji. Pantoja talked about how much he respects him, saying that if they ever end up fighting each other, it would have to be for the title, and even then, it would be emotionally difficult for him. He said he loves Kyoji like a brother, and the thought of hurting him inside the cage is something that doesn't sit comfortably. Still, he knows competing is part of the sport, and he believes the matchup would remain friendly with plenty of mutual respect. Pantoja also mentioned that Kyoji has played a huge role in his development, helping him sharpen his skills and pushing him to become the champion he is today. He believes Kyoji is one of the reasons he currently holds the belt. With both fighters locked in, UFC 323 is shaping up to be a high-stakes clash with serious implications for the future of the flyweight division. Moving on to another news, Khamzat has now agreed to fight Nassourdine Imavov, and things are starting to heat up after a series of posts online. Earlier today, Imavov revealed that he had a productive meeting with the UFC. He tweeted that the conversation went well and made it clear that he wants only one thing now: a title shot. He said that if waiting is required, then he's willing to wait, adding that there will be no distractions and no detours because great things demand great preparation. Imavov admitted he isn't used to waiting, but this time, he understands that he has to stay patient and remain focused. Not long after that, Khamzat responded to the news and seemed more than ready to meet Imavov inside the cage. He reacted to the tweets by saying he's down to fight Imavov after Ramadan, which ends on March 19th, 2026. Khamzat kept things straightforward and said, "See you after Ramadan, Imavov. You have time to work on your wrestling, Bratishka." His message was short, but carried that usual confident tone he's known for, making it clear he's expecting Imavov to show up prepared. This exchange quickly caught attention across the MMA community. Fans have been waiting to see what's next for Khamzat, and this potential matchup seems to be gaining real momentum. Imavov's insistence on a title shot shows how determined he is, and Khamzat accepting the idea of fighting him right after Ramadan adds even more fuel to the discussion. With both fighters showing interest and the timing lining up, all eyes are now on the UFC to see how they move forward. Whether this leads directly to a title eliminator or becomes a major headliner, one thing is clear: this matchup has the energy, the tension, and the storyline to deliver something big. Moving on to another news. Dana White made a huge announcement during the halftime show of the Cowboys vs. Chiefs game today. Earlier this morning, the UFC revealed that Dana would go live on Instagram during the game to share some major updates, and fans were quick to speculate about what was coming. Shortly after, the UFC dropped a trailer highlighting the new Paramount deal, which included a feature of Ilia Topuria facing off with Paddy Pimblett, further fueling excitement about upcoming matchups. During the live announcement, Dana officially confirmed that the main event for UFC 324 will be Paddy Pimblett vs. Guy for the interim lightweight title. He also revealed that the main event for UFC 325, happening just a week later, will feature Alexander Volkanovski against Diego Lopez. Dana emphasized the significance of these fights, noting that the winner of Guy vs. Paddy will hold the interim title and eventually face Ilia Topuria, Kayla Harrison, and Amanda Nunes for the bantamweight title. He mentioned that Ilia had posted about dealing with some personal matters, which is why he will not be fighting in the first quarter, adding more intrigue to the upcoming bouts. Dana also went over several other fights set for these cards: Omari and Sonia Dong, Waldo Cortez Acasta versus Derek Lewis, Arnold Allen against Gene Silva, and Alexa Grasso versus Rose Namajunas are all officially confirmed. He highlighted Waldo's recent performance, noting that he stepped in on 2 days' notice last week and won by knockout, making his matchup against Derek Lewis especially exciting. Additionally, Dana confirmed that Umar Nurmagomedov will face Figueiredo, a fight added just a couple of hours prior to the announcement. He closed the segment by reiterating the details for UFC 325, set for January 31st in Sydney, Australia, where Volkanovski will take on Diego Lopez on Paramount+. The announcement provided fans with a detailed look at multiple upcoming fights, showcasing high-stakes matchups, title implications, and exciting talent across divisions. With these cards officially confirmed, the UFC continues to deliver stacked events that promise action, drama, and championship-level competition for fans around the world. The combination of new deals, star-studded lineups, and big-name fighters ensures that the early 2026 schedule is shaping up to be one of the most anticipated periods in recent MMA history.